Hey y'all, welcome to Twin Oaks Family Farm in rural southeast Ohio, USA. Thanks for joining us on our YouTube channel, Twin Oaks Farm Poultry. Gonna turn the camera around here in a minute, but facing it at our Twin Oaks up there, and want to show you a comparison of some trees. So this is our Saturday show and tell share video for May 11th, 2024. And far away in the camera here, there's two oak trees beyond the flagpole, the two oak trees standing side by side. Those oak trees are about 24 years old, and gonna show comparison before we move on with the rest of our show and tell and share video of some oak trees that are about 2 years old. So we'll go do that and then we'll come back. Got a lot we want to show you in our Saturday show and tell and share this time, and also we're recording it a little bit ahead on a Friday evening, and I'll tell you why we're doing that. But gonna show you some near perfect eggs from our egg production hens, as well as some oddball eggs from them today, and show you how we package our eggs in terms of what carton we put them in, how we label it, how we purchase the egg cartons in terms of quantity, and want to show you a neat product that we make from our poultry. When we take our meat chickens to the processor, have it made into poultry, we keep a lot of the extras, and there's something neat that we do with one part in particular. And the kind of conclusion that we'll end up with in the video is something that's being built in our garage that we don't want there, and we will be removing it, but I'll have to show it to you. And I was just really kind of surprised that we saw it there and that we're seeing it this time of year, so you may not be surprised, but I was. This is another little oak tree on the property. So actually, we'll just have this one to show you. But compared to the two oak trees that we showed you to start with, they are 24 years old. And you saw, even from a distance, you can tell they have massive size. They're throwing a lot of shade for us. This one is about 2 years old. And so I don't know if you technically still call a tree a sapling at 2 years old, but this one is young. So we've each year tried to plant a few more trees, but we have a difficulty getting them to root and make it through the first 2 or 3 seasons. So we've got probably about 7 or so, maybe 7 to 9 that are this age that I think are going to make it. And those 2 that are about 24 years old, they are the Twin Oaks. They're the 2 oak trees that we named our small homestead, small farm operation for. And the trees to the left and right of me here are actually maple trees that we planted probably about 16 to 18 years ago. So they've got some age on them too. But we are actually recording this Saturday show and tell and share for May 11th, 2024, recording it on May 10th, 2024, on Friday evening before Saturday, because we're going to be really busy on Saturday, May 11th. Our oldest son is graduating from college again. He actually is getting his second associate degree. Very excited for him, and going to spend the day tomorrow as a household, as a family, at his graduation ceremony and hanging out with him tomorrow. So we'll have time to upload the video, but want to get it recorded ahead of time. So we actually are just Mr. Twin Oaks and I here for the evening, and he's going to do some grilling. Did you already put the stuff on the grill? No. So I can show what we're grilling. Okay, so going to show you what we're fixing, and then show you the show and tell items, and share some YouTube channels that we enjoy. So thanks for joining us in rural southeast Ohio, USA. We appreciate it. We'd love it if you'd like the video with a thumbs up, and thank you to our viewers and subscribers for your time and effort supporting our channel. Greatly appreciate it. So we are going to do a little bit of grilling, and here's what's for supper. So maybe actually as you're ready to put them on, Jared, we can actually like see them pieced out of the package. But these actually come from our very own meat chickens that we raise. And we raise Cornish Rock Cross meat chickens for that. So these are chicken patties. And in the case of our chicken patties, they're usually a pound or a little over a pound a package. This one was just right at 0.99 pound, it says. So there's 3 patties in there. So basically 1/3 pound patties, so a pound package. And where we take our poultry, at that processor, they make the ground chicken from the drumsticks and from the thighs. So all of the meat that goes into those patties is the dark meat. And in this instance, we get seasoned. So it's a salt and pepper seasoning. It's just salt, black pepper, and white pepper. And they take care of that at the processor. This summer, we'll probably get some bulk ground chicken like in 1 pound packages and have it prepared plain. But so anyway, so the way they package that is they have those pieces of wax paper in between the patties usually. So is there just 1 in between each, or was there 2?
2.
So there was 2 in between each. So we usually don't let them thaw out completely. So we didn't in this case. We find that it's easier. I was going to follow them over to the grill, but I was too late. So we find that it's easier to get these patties apart if we don't let the package completely thaw out. So they're just kind of, we just set them out for probably about 1.5 hours, didn't we, Jared? Just to let them.
They've only been out about an hour.
About an hour. Yeah. So what Jared did there was just slip the 2 pieces of wax paper apart and then peel that one off of the patty. And we think the trick to keeping those patties sticking together, I'm going to try to follow you over to the grill here. We think the trick to getting those patties to stick together is to not let that thaw out completely. Okay, so we got those starting there. So while Jared's working on that, going to go ahead and show you the other things, and then we'll check in on the patties. Does it take very long to grill them, Jared?
No, not too long.
Okay, so they smell really good. But that's a neat way, if you do take your chicken to a processor, or even if you have the ability to debone it and grind the meat at home, if you're processing your own chickens, you can make ground chicken out of your meat chicken. So gonna show you some of today's eggs. These are the baskets that I actually collect them in. These were literally like $1 baskets at a dollar store, and we have several of those. But here's some of today's eggs. So like these 4 right here are pretty much near perfect eggs. They'll be washed and chilled before we send them out to egg customers. But there's, you know, different shades, different sizes, but pretty much near perfect eggs. And this one's green. I don't know that green shows through on the camera, but it is. But here's 2 from today that are definitely oddballs. So when I first saw this one, I thought, what's a sand dollar doing in the egg basket? But you see the little indentations, and this side is kind of flattened. So anyway, on this side it looks great, but it's an oddball. So we won't put that one in for sale eggs. We will put it in household use eggs, but it does kind of look like a sand dollar. So that's neat. And then check out this one. Who knows? Who knows? My husband asked me if we have some young hens in this pen with some of these gals. And he asked me if they were laying eggs yet, but they should not be, because they were hatched February 28th. So that's not even been 2 months. So this has to come from, I would think, the older Americana. So maybe she's going into molt or coming, she wouldn't be coming out of molt. But actually, no, this should be her egg. So I don't know. I don't know what the explanation is. Maybe one of those young ones did lay an egg. You never know. So also wanted to show you how we acquire our egg cartons. So in the past, we actually have ordered egg cartons. I'm going to turn this camera around and speak with you. So in the past, we actually have ordered egg cartons by the several hundred, like that package, from a place called Stromberg's, and we had to do it mail order. And you can look them up online. A lot of poultry supplies there, a lot of live chicks are available there, and other kinds of live poultry can be ordered through there. But like our livestock transport crates for our chickens came from there. And they also have all kinds of supplies, but we got our crates there. And at that time, I also got a big bulk package of egg cartons. So that's how we like to get the egg cartons. So you can get them like 250, 300 at a time. In the instance of this package of them, where we take our meat chickens for poultry processing, they have a retail store. And so the last several times that we've been there, they've had egg cartons available. So we actually got this. It had 250 in it, I think. Does that sound right, Jared?
Yes.
Yeah, we think 250 was in it, and we paid $75. Yeah, $75 for it. So somebody can check, Jared, you can even check me on the math now. I thought I figured that out to like 30 cents a carton. $75 for 250 of them. But I think it came out to about 30 cents a carton. And when we've tried to get them, like at a farm supply store, the cheapest I've seen them is about 80, 85 cents a carton. So that was a big savings for us. So if you do have egg production chickens and you can justify, if you want to get your own cartons instead of repurposing other store cartons, if you can justify buying them like 200 or 300 at a time, that is a way you can do that, and it significantly reduces the cost of egg cartons. So that's what we've been doing. We like to get our own egg cartons because then we don't have to scratch out store labels, and we can label them the way we want to. And I really like just plain ones, and I'll actually show you what we put on our egg cartons. So this is my favorite egg label that we've used. So, you know, it just has our farm name and place, and we use the tagline "Farm Fresh Eggs by the Dozen," and the description on the bottom basically sums up our eggs: ungraded, mixed sizes, washed, keep chilled. And so I would take one of those round stickers on these plain cartons and put it right here. And then what I could do is here in the middle where there's a blank, I could put gathered on and the date that those were gathered. Now the last time I went to get labels, I couldn't get these anymore, so we switched to these stickers. And these are basically address labels that I could put a picture on and then put, see, these would be like the name line, the address line, and the city, state, zip code line for the United States Postal Service on an address label. But we just changed it to washed eggs, keep them chilled, cook eggs thoroughly, and enjoy, and this dozen eggs gathered on, and that gave us a place for the date. And then we can accompany this label with this label, and I would have Farm Fresh Eggs by the Dozen, mixed sizes of ungraded eggs, Twin Oaks Farm, and where we're at, because that's here in Ohio, USA, that's what we're asked to put on egg cartons as far as labeling, those kinds of things. But I would take those kinds of labels, and I typically put the date one right here, and I put the descriptive one here. And then another thing we do for our customers is I actually write out a name tag and tape it here on the end. And so as they continually get eggs from us at different times, I'm always trying to return the same egg cartons to the same household for the same customers. And they really appreciate that. They really like that. So if you are selling eggs, if you like any of those ideas, use them and see how it works out for you. So that's some of the labeling that we do on our egg sales, our egg orders. Going to show you a couple other labels. We'll check in on how the grill is going, show you another product here, and then show you the little unwanted addition to the garage. So want to show y'all these, and I think we've probably shown you these before. These are chicken feet that have been dehydrated. So the reason that we have these chicken feet that have been dehydrated is because we get the chicken feet from our poultry processor when we take our chickens to processing. And we had done some research when we first started taking chickens to the processor to find out what we could do with the chicken feet, because they'll package them up in approximately 2-pound packages, which might have what, Jared? Can you like estimate
Like 25.
how many are normally in there?
I think it's 20 to 25.
20 to 25. So we'll put we will thaw those out almost all the way thawed, right? And then put them on the dehydrator. Oh, and before we put them on the dehydrator, Jared cuts the toenails off from the chicken foot. And then we put it on the dehydrator, and we can fit them all on there, and we dehydrate them at 158 degrees Fahrenheit for at least 72 hours. Yeah. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer than that. So we can then have those dehydrated, and they're a great treat or chew for dogs. Now, chicken feet are also a great consumable for people, and it's a protein source that, even though it has very little meat in it, it has a lot of collagen in it. And so that's a really important protein for our bodies, and likewise for dogs. But our purpose in making them is for dog treats, and we know that with the collagen and glucosamine and chondroitin that's in the chicken feet, that is good for our dogs, for their joints, and for their health of their teeth and their gums, and for their oral health in their mouth. And in our experience, our dogs love them. And so we have folks that really like to get those for their dogs. So we can sell them by the piece, or we can package them up. Typically we do like packages of 5 or 6, and this is how I prefer to label those. So we call them Chickie feet dog treats, and point out that it's a single ingredient specialty dog treat, and we have on the label our farm name and where we're at. We're about out of these labels, and I didn't get them replenished, so I'm using up some other ones that are a little more generic that we have that say small batch dog treats, and also say single ingredient all natural. So that's how we label those and use those. But dogs really do enjoy them typically. And our little dogs, we have that Dotson and that teddy bear that's Bichon Frise and Shih Tzu. They like gobble them up within 10 minutes, I'd say, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's quick.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm going to show them what you showed me in the garage. And then if you show us the chicken, then I'm going to wrap it up. Yep. So, okay. So, we were over here earlier, and Jared said, got to show you something. So first I'll show you a little bit of view of a little project going on. So this truck is a truck of our youngest son's, and Jared, will you give me a little help? He's working on the transmission.
Yeah.
So working on something with the transmission. I think that's what's under cover there, but they're waiting on a part to get here. They're ready to finish it, but some other part has got to get here. So Jared said they were working here, have been working on it, and he looked up and saw this the other day. So, y'all see it yet? So this has got to go from here. So I think Jared's behind me. I hope he'll chime in here and correct me, but I'm assuming this is a hornet nest?
Yes.
So, last year, 2023, we had a hornet nest just across the driveway, like where we saw the young oak tree at the start of the video, and we had to get it down because we didn't even realize it was there, and it ended up like full-blown hornet nest, and it was large and it was low to the ground, and we mow under there and had to get rid of it. So, like, when did you think you saw this? How long ago from now, Jared?
Oh, just about 3 days ago.
So in about 3 days time that he's observed it, it's got to this point. So in real life, how far across would you say it is? Like only
about 2.5 inches.
Maybe getting close to 3 inches.
Yeah.
But has it got bigger each time you've seen it over the 3 days?
It's over today. It has.
Okay.
The last couple of days it hasn't got any bigger, but today it's the outside ring where you see that has been put on there.
Yeah. And so of course that hole in the bottom is like where they would go in and out. So
Right.
they're developing that and making it bigger for a place to have, I guess, for this summer is where they would want it.
But I have not seen any going in or out, so
Haven't seen any activity in it. Is there any chance it was previously here?
it could have been, and we just haven't seen it.
Okay. So if it was here previously, they wouldn't necessarily return to it, but
Right.
we are in here every day a lot, so probably we would have seen it.
Should have.
I
yes.
think we'd have seen it. So chances are it's a new one that they've started to build, and that's not going to be okay. So we're going to be getting rid of that. But is that what's going on here, Jared? Can you just give me like the the 22nd, what's happening here?
Well, when he bought the truck, the transfer case,
Which is here, right?
yeah,
Okay.
it was, the chain was jumping, it was stretched, so we had to rebuild it. And then this is, yes, this is the transmission,
So here's the transmission.
and it was grinding, going into third gear, upshifting and downshifting. So we took it apart, and he got a new synchronizer and bearing kit, and then we have installed it. So we are waiting on a shifting fork to come in and finish putting it back together, and then
And it's on its way.
yeah, it should be. It's supposed to be.
Okay.
Yes.
So can we see the chicken patties, and then we'll wrap her up. So, and we'll cover that back up as we complete this. So I'm gonna come over here to the grill. Okay, so the 3 chicken patties. I'm gonna try to like really, I guess I should zoom in rather than go in close, right?
Yeah.
So that's looking good. We got the grill marks on it.
Yeah.
So our guys are out at a friend's, and I said, well, Mom and Dad are having chicken patties then this evening. So thanks, Jared. Appreciate it. He's the grill master. The truck that we just looked at and talked about, we call him the drill master. So we've got the drill master and the grill master. But to all the moms out there, have a happy Mother's Day. Have a great weekend. Have a happy Mother's Day on Sunday. Here where I live, United States of America, we're celebrating Mother's Day on Sunday, May 12th, 2024. Thank you for joining us at Twin Oaks Farm Poultry on YouTube at our happy little homestead in rural Southeast Ohio, USA. And we hope that you'll join us again for other videos. Thanks so much.